Hello everyone, welcome to a more somber video. Apologies if my voice is a little craggly. I've been gone for a while, and honestly I'm still dealing with a lot of personal issues and health-based problems. But Technoblade was one of the creators that inspired me to be a YouTuber. Him along with Critical Role, which is probably understandable. They both kind of are the reason that I started to look into improv and studying up on my skills and trying to work on my voice and just try to be better at entertaining. Techno inspired me because of how young he was. Pretty much everyone on the SMP, but I mostly followed him. And I don't know. He inspired me with how young he was and how much he pushed and tried to make do with what he had despite that. I'm several years older than him, so it was just, it was amazing. And for those few that aren't aware, unfortunately, we lost him to cancer. Hasn't been specified which. Some people have assumptions, but I haven't been able to sleep very well since he passed. I kept thinking, essentially. I don't sleep well anyway, but it's been much worse. It's just been bothering me that I keep making my excuses for my own health, and then we find out that even if his upload schedule was a meme sometimes, he never gave up. He kept making content even when he was in stage 3 and 4 cancer. It is incredible to me. And making this video feels wrong in some ways to me. Like there's a profit to be made off his passing. But after talking with a friend and my father, I think it's more important to showcase a way for me personally to find some closure with his passing. If it also entertains you, or inspires your creativity, or brings you joy, then that will make it all the more worthwhile. So, welcome to the Character Forge, the working title for a series I'm making that I haven't totally finished realizing when I make character builds for D&D 5th edition, focusing primarily on backstory and personality traits with a basic outline for the build itself. Use this as inspiration. Make a character that would make the nerd happy. Alright, so, goals. First, a master tactician, with incredible cunning, quick thinking, as well as creative and strategic usage of potions and enchantment. Your mind is one of your most important traits. It's what let you out-potato a squid, after all. Second, fighting prowess. One of the kings of PvP. Your skill in crit fishing and mastery of combat mechanics is what led to the fear you inspire as you walk onto the battlefield. And finally, Technoblade never dies. Your dedication, willpower, and focus are all inhuman. You need to be built like a tank and get up even after you get an anvil dropped on your head. And even when you fall, just go 1v1 God. For your abilities, we'll be using Standard Array. You're a physical powerhouse, but this is D&D, so you're getting 10 strength. Alongside this, you're fast and nimble, giving you 14 dexterity. The most notable thing about you being that you are canonically the toughest person on the land, so we're giving you 15 constitution. Next, you're intelligent enough to know the methods of brewing potions and basic alchemy, so we're going with a 13 intelligence. Lower than I'd like, but Standard Array, what are we gonna do, really? Finally, your presence and power of personality is high, alongside how damn intimidating you can be at times. So we're giving you a 12 charisma and 8 wisdom. Mostly because we don't have a choice in the matter. You're definitely observant, but you tend to make questionable choices. Like summoning a bunch of wither you can't control, or spending way too long taking a potato title for no reason other but clout. Now for race, there are 2 options I think fit well. Half will work for the ability to get back up at 1 HP when you go down, and the bonus to crits, something that Techno was well known for. But we all know the fandom has always been split on Techno's appearance. Either anime pretty boy or humanoid terrifying pig. So I say, why not both? Let them eat cake. We're going Beast-Hide Shifter with a customized origin for an instant proficiency in Intimidation. Need I even explain that? Along with this, we get +2 Dexterity for a new total of 16, and +1 Constitution for a new total of 16 as well, evening out the stats just a bit. Finally, the true benefit of why not both. Normally, you can be the anime pretty boy with curled ears, faint tusks, a bone mask, whatever you like. But then, once per short or long rest, for a minute, you gained 1d6 plus your level plus your constitution modifier and temporary hit points, which at any tier of play is a lot. It also increases your AC by 1, which is a nice side benefit. Take on the appearance of a massive wild hog humanoid. Make everyone piss themselves. Now for the chaotic and fun part, since as far as I know, there's very little canonical lore on Technoblade's backstory in the SMP. His glory is in his present being. But we have some things to work with his race and personality. You were born in a small tribe of shifters known as the Blood Tusk. The clan was primarily of orc bloods that had mixed with the original shifter clan of wild hog-like men and women. The mixture of blood combined with the curse, forced on their ancestors by Malar, resulted in a clan of hot-headed warriors fueled by a hunger for chaos, battle, and glory. After your birth, it was evident quickly that you were different from the rest. You weren't as physically gifted as some of your brethren, though you were strong by the standards of most humans. Agile and adaptive, with a cunning that surprised many of the adults within your clan, as you made up for your lacking physical power with determination, obsessive training, creativity, and a vast arsenal of weaponry. Eventually, you gained the acknowledgement of your clan's shaman, who began teaching you the basics of druidic magic and the arcane, though you felt little interest in her lessons to her disappointment. The knowledge of alchemy and the arcane piqued your interest in its versatility without requiring faith or praise to a superior being. Even as a young adult, you have been viewed as the black sheep of your tribe, and due to this, you instead took to the idea of traveling, seeking out glory and battle in your own way, with little heed or care for the easily corrupted, complicated political landscape that the civilized lands tended to bear. Now, with this, we're going to go with a variant lorehole student, though Witherbloom could also make sense. This grants you proficiency in perception and stealth to reflect the innate skills a hunter would need, even if it was never your preferred skill set. You also gain proficiency in alchemist supplies and an herbalism kit, allowing you to create potions of various types from healing to smoke bombs, enhanced physical power, invisibility, and so forth. Make sure you talk to your DM, though. Recommend them looking up item crafting in Xanathars for ideas. This will also give several bonus spells that you can use and learn as you progress. For your initial freebies, take Light for your nigh infinite torches and Thaumaturgy to shake the earth, make your eyes glow red, or cause whispers of the voices you hear to fill the air. For your first level, take Shield, because a last-minute flash of energy or sudden movement to the side to avoid a blow that should kill you is very Technoblade. Remember, this also means that you learn Shield, allowing you to burn spell slots on it as well. Important for later. Alright, on to class. Level 1, Fighter. Honestly, should have seen that coming, really. I'm pretty sure everyone knew it. This will give you a D10 hit die, proficiency in strength and constitution saves, making up for your low strength score. It also provides you with proficiency in every weapon and armor known to man, which, considering Techno was decent with any weapon he picked up, quite fitting. Finally, you gain 2 skills. Take Acrobatics for your incredible parkour skill, and Athletics for your physical strength, climbing, swimming, and general physical feats you perform despite your low strength score. You also get Second Wind to take a moment and catch your breath if your shifting didn't give you enough extra thickness for the fight. For your fighting style, take 2-weapon fighting for the future manipulation of sword, axe, whip, and crossbow that you'll be juggling based on what you're fighting. Level 2 is another level in Fighter. This gives you action surge because sometimes you just come out of nowhere, swinging left and right 7 times in the blink of an eye instead of once or twice like literally everyone else. Third level is also in Fighter. Now we get a subclass and we're going Battle Master, though I did almost go Eldritch Knight for some of his more superhuman feats and future multi-class synergy, but I think his combat ability coming from skill feels more accurate for how I envisioned him. Now, with your superiority die, you have even further proof you're just better at things than other people through your hard work. You get 3 maneuvers to use them with. Grab parry to deflect incoming attacks, precision attacks to land your hits more often, and menacing attack to put the fear of the blood god in your enemies. Fourth level is another in Fighter because I do my best not to multiclass before 5, and we're going up to 6, so. At this level, you get a feat, and with that, we're going to grab Dual Wielder. Now, you're able to be far more effective wielding a whip in one hand for your fishing rod and a sword in the other, or an axe, or even a hand crossbow, though you're not as good at that as you can be just yet. Soon, though. Next level is also in Fighter. Now you get an extra attack allowing you to dish out the punishment with 2 attacks instead of 1, on top of your offhand weapon of your choice. Sixth level is also Fighter, but we're capping it off for a bit there. With this level, take Fey Touched for an extra +1 to your intelligence, rounding it off at 14 total. This gives you access to Ender Eyes, teleporting with Misty Step. You also get an additional spell. Heroism or Silvery Barbs are excellent options. Heroism is more a fanatical rage. Technoblade knows no fear, despite his wisdom save. But Silvery Barbs is also excellent to showcase his unique ability to turn the tides of battle at a key moment without anything but a word or an action no one expected. Now that we're at 7th level, we're dipping into Artificer. This gives us a D8 hit die and proficiency in Thieves' Tools and Tinker's Tools, because we needed even more tools, clearly. We also get some limited spellcasting. You get 2 cantrips, take Guidance because you're clearly better at everything than everyone, and also Message, to talk with the voices, but also with the few friends that you have that are nearby. You then also have 2 spells to prepare, so take Featherfall for one of the emergency potions you always have on you, and Absorb Elements for a sudden flash of magic on your weapon to cut through an element. Finally, you get Magical Tinkering, which is essentially just almost Prestidigitation, but on items. It's pretty neat, though. Next level is an Artificer. This will get us an extra spell, so Nab Sanctuary, for all those plot moments when you just want to talk trash, or have a dialogue in the middle of dynamite and withers raining from the sky with Tommy. You also get Infusions, which are the biggest reason we wanted Artificer for all the enchanted gear you kind of swing around and have in your back pocket. Take Armor of Strength to make up for your lacking strength score by yet another step. Take Repeating Shot to suddenly make dual wielding with your hand crossbow much better, as you now no longer need to reload it. Enchanted Weapon to give your sword sharpness basically no matter what. And finally, your Minecraft inventory. And by that I mean you're replicating a magic item for a bag of holding. Keep in mind for all of these, normally you're restricted to picking and choosing 2 of them at a time. 1 realistically, since you would probably never remove the enchantment on your bag if it has stuff in it. There's a new optional rule to override this on D&D Beyond, and I let my players do so because Artificer didn't get any extra functions like the other classes. So that's what I give them. But make sure you check with your DM first. Otherwise, you have to juggle the enchantments based on what you know is coming. If you're uncertain, the crossbow is a universally good choice, really. 9th level is Artificer. Now, we got our 2nd subclass, and we're going Armor. You get right tool for the right job, allowing you to make artisan tools, basically whenever your party may need them. Honestly, I've never had this come up in a game in all my years of playing, but I'm sure it could be of use in the right campaign. You also get tools of the trade, providing you with proficiency in smith's tools. Important so you can make your own items and keep up what you have to full repair. And also, talk to your DM. You could try swinging making your own set of plate armor, and even enchanting it if the DM is alright with Xanathars. For your spellcraft, you also automatically prepare Magic Missile, which is quite good considering your lacking ability score and intelligence. And Thunderwave, when you want to make a, entrance. Finally, the arguably best part of this multi-class, you get arcane armor. This removes the strength required from that plate armor, making it your spell focus, and also letting you choose an armor model. Take the Infiltrator, giving you a lightning fishing rod upgrade, plus 5 movement, and balancing out the normal disadvantage you'd have on stealth in that plate armor. Next, our final level of Artificer. This will give us an extra spell, so nab cure wounds for the moments you need to grab Tommy or Ranbu off the ground and jerk them back to their feet. Not Filsa. He's always fine. It's really not worth using it on yourself unless you have no choice. This will also give you plus 2 dexterity for a new total of 18 to bump your weapons and skills. Level 11, we're switching back to Fighter. Level 7 is a great level to come back to on Fighter. We now have Know Your Enemy to study the weaknesses of your opponents. Quite useful if you keep clashing with the same government being rehashed over and over, at least from your viewpoint. We also get to choose 2 more maneuvers, so nab Commanding Presence for your intense personality, and Riposte to dish out yet more attacks against people trying to gang up on you from all sides, which happens a lot. Next level, we're taking Fighter, so take Resilience and Dexterity to represent the now well-honed Inhuman Reflexes, gaining plus 1 dex for a new total of 19, and Proficiency and dex saves for all those arrows, traps, and the Wayward Rare Potion. Next level for Fighter gives us Indomitable, for the moments you fail the Wisdom saving throw that would, throw you over the edge or help you make an unwise decision that gets you used and eventually betrayed. Again. Now that we're at level 14, that puts us at 10 Fighter, giving us improved superiority die, making our maneuvers all D10s now. We also get 2 more combat maneuvers. Take Tactical Assessment to represent your rapid speed at making a plan in a split second, and Trip Attack for when you need to knock someone over and proceed to stab them into submission. Next level puts us at level 11 Fighter, so we now get 3 attacks, plus our bonus action attack. Combine it with Action Surge and things get pretty nasty. Next level puts us at level 12 Fighter for an extra feat, so take Skill Expert to show off your new arcane knowledge and terrifying presence from years of outfighting the entire continent, thus giving you plus 1 dexterity for 20 total with proficiency in Arcana and expertise in Intimidation. Level 17 unfortunately gives us more hit points. That's about it. Level 18, however, gets us the next feat at level 14 Fighter. Take Tough, because there's nothing that summarizes you more than that word, especially at this point in your career. Next level puts it as 15 Fighter, giving us access to Relentless, ensuring we always have at least 1 superiority die, as well as giving us 2 last maneuvers. Take Goading Attack for the rare moments you're protecting those around you, and Ambush for when you're trying to sneak into a prison or get an edge in a sudden attack. And finally, our level 20 Capstone raises Fighter to 16. For a final feat, take Mobile, giving you far more speed to work with and the ability to duck, dodge, and just avoid all these nerds trying to cut you down. Alternatively, Sharpshooter, Defensive Duelist are both good options, but I prefer the Mobile. I think it matches his playstyle better. Alright, so, the strengths of this build. First, Technoblade never dies. You're hard to put down, with 20 base AC, 25 with shield, absorb elements for resistance, and parry for flat damage negation. When you combine that with 220 fixed hit points and 27 temporary hit points on average, you can go a very long time without even having to use your second wind or healing. Next off, agile and difficult to hit, with advantage to attacks, 45 movement speed, partial disengage with mobile, 4 attacks base around, advantage, superiority die, you even have spells for utility. You're a pain on the battlefield. It's not even including if your DM lets you actually use all those tool proficiencies to make useful potions and items. Techno's greatest feature was always his prep time. And finally, your skill set and maneuvers provide you with a surprisingly effective set of expertise and proficiencies. Anything revolving analyzation, investigation, scouting, stealth, physical activities. Your strength is definitely more in the combat and physical range, but if your party needs someone to fill in for another position, you're not bad at it. Plus, if they need someone to be peeing themselves, you're the guy to call. An average 29 intimidation roll using a superiority die, up to 43, and you thought the bard with glibness could be scary? Now for weaknesses, because there's a couple glaring ones here. First off, let's be honest. You're terrible at reading a situation and the people in it. You have a nasty habit of trusting people and then being betrayed by them repeatedly. That lack of insight and weak perceptibility is a problem when you're trying to survive in a world that doesn't like you, or your viewpoint. Kind of makes sense that you are fighting for your life. Always, basically. Next, you're canonically plagued by whispers and voices that crave blood, and it shows with that wisdom save, which is a common save in this game. Your charisma and intelligence saves honestly aren't much better. It leaves you open to some nasty spells and effects. Heroism helps a bit, but it's not a universal solution by any means. And finally, your first couple of hits can have big bonuses, damage buffs, enchantments, and other bonuses with superiority die, and you most assuredly have some decent attack output, and definitely attacks per round. But you lack that high damage output that others may have, such as your grounded Fallen Aasimar friend. Without your crits or legendary enchanted gear, Minecraft damage is kind of bland. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. Normally this is where I plug my stuff, ask for all that YouTuber crap, but honestly I don't really want to do that for this video. I miss him, and watching all those videos for footage and inspiration, knowing he's gone now and won't be making another video for me to look forward to, is depressing. I don't really make money on these videos. If I do make money on this one, I'll make sure it's donated towards sarcoma. And in the meantime, I'm going to try and set up a fundraiser on this video to go towards sarcoma as well. Something that Alex himself ran a fundraiser for not but 9 months ago. If I can't get that approved, then I'll leave a link to the foundation instead in the description. I've donated a bit, what I can. If you all can, please do so as well. I think he'd like to know his passing was marked with something positive. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Technoblade.